Let's just dive into today's topic. There's no need for introduction, okay? That's not important. What is important is the conversation that we're about to have. Listen. Okay, so 2023, I created this channel and I came on here, made a bunch of videos talking about how I was having a spiritual awakening. And I call it a spiritual awakening now, knowing that back then that is all I could conclude that I was having. That was the understanding that I got from the situation that I was in. So many things was happening to me. So many things was happening to me, and I started making research, watching videos, asking questions to understand what was happening to me. And from all the research and from the videos, the questions, everything came to just it boiled down to just one thing, which is spiritual awakening, which is something I want to talk about because now that I have gone deep down into the rabbit hole, I now know that what I was having wasn't just a spiritual awakening. I was just having a bigger awareness of my existence. I don't know if that makes sense. I was having do you know what? Let's talk about this properly. Let's talk about this properly. Let me start from somewhere so you are able to follow along. Okay, so I left religion, and I left religion this year should be making it 8 years or 7 years. I think so. And why did I leave religion? I left. Hello. If okay, so back to the conversation. I left religion, right? And why did I leave religion? I left religion because at one point everything stopped making sense. Like everything stopped making sense. And I was born into Christianity. That's the religion I was born into. That was the religion I was indoctrinated into. And I did everything I was asked to do. I was a good Christian. I'll call it that. I was a good Christian, even though not too of good, especially when I got to my 20s and I started backsliding in Christianity. Before then, I have always been like a good Christian. I did everything I was asked to do. And I got to the age where nothing was making sense anymore. Nothing was making sense. The religion was not making sense. The teachings I got from my education, like from education assistant, the teachings I got from the educational system I went through wasn't making sense. Society wasn't making sense. Nothing was making sense. And that was why I started to leave religion. Okay, I started to leave Christianity. And when I left Christianity, I started looking for something because we humans, we always like to look for God outside ourselves. So I started looking for something. I started trying to like understand what is my existence here, why am I here, and who is God, and where is God, and stuff like that. I started seeking. And please, if you are in the stage of your life where you have been seeking and asking questions, don't stop. Do not stop, because I didn't stop, and that is why I have gotten so much awareness after my after me leaving religion. That is why I've gotten so much awareness that have liberated me fully from the shackles of religion, that have that has liberated me fully from the shackles of limited belief. Okay, so if you have been asking questions, don't stop asking. Girl, guy, whoever you are, don't stop. Okay, because that's critical thinking. If you've gotten to the point where you're asking questions, it means that you're thinking for yourself. So do not stop. Back to the gist. Okay, so yeah, I started asking questions, and now I have so much awareness. I feel like I've lost what was I saying before. Okay, yeah, me leaving religion. So I left religion and I started looking for some answers outside religion, and I looked for answers. In fact, at one point, as I was leaving Christianity, I wanted to go into another religion, which is Islam. Trust me, I thought about it. In fact, to be honest, I went to the stage of even downloading the app where they have the Quran, because I wanted to read it. I wanted to be able to understand what it's saying, if it was going to make sense. So I started looking for another religion to fall back on, because all my life I have been taught that there is a God and we need to have a relationship with the God. We need to have like a worship, a place of worship. We need to have like, all those things. These things are conditionings, and we're going to get into that. But yeah, I was not looking for another religion to follow on. And while I was doing that, trying to understand if I was going to fall into Islam or even Jewish something, it came. The answers I was waiting for started coming gradually, and it was actually a very, very slow process. But we're here today, okay, and we're grateful. We are freakingly grateful. But anyways, Charlie, what I'm here to tell you is that all those bunch of videos that I have been uploading talking about spirituality or spiritual awakening, that's true, yes. We are all spirit, right? And for us to be able to exist in the physical realm or manifest things in the physical realm, we have to have like a physical body. So each and every one of us that exists, we all have like something that is helping this physical body manifest its physical reality. Okay, so that one is true. We are, yes, yes, I'm shooting the video, but you can talk.
No, I wanted to buy the
For
so I got debited from that video.
mm,
So I started this okay now. They say I should use 24 hours.
let's pray they don't take light now, no problem. Let's pray they don't take light. Okay, so what was I saying? Can I remember what I was saying? This video is chaotic, but I'm going to leave it like this. I'm not going to edit it. Ah, what was I saying? Mm-hmm. We are all spirits, and when I say having a spiritual awakening, I wasn't lying, or the research that I made or the question that I asked to come to that conclusion was not lying. I was actually starting to connect with myself, okay, and that is a spiritual awakening, where you wake up, to realize that you are the one that is in control of your manifestation, and you are like the one in charge of everything that you see, okay, because there is like a one source, which is the one energy where everything exists, and all of us are tapped into that energy. All of us are practically tapped into it. Now, some of us are tapped into that energy, but we are still dormant, like we are still sleeping. We don't know we're tapped into it because of when we came into this world, there was like a kind of programming and conditioning that was done to each and every one of us, and those conditionings and programming took away our awareness of the power that we're tapped into. So we're like, we feel cut off, but we're not cut off. Okay, religion makes it feel like we are cut off because from religion we were able to be conditioned from the teachings of religion, from the teachings of um the society norm and all those things cut us off because of, yeah, it's a condition, it's a programming. It cut us off from the source, but it did not. Like, it feels like we're cut off, but we are not cut off. Okay, so yeah, that is it. That's the spiritual awakening that I was talking about in my plenty videos. But now let's get into the real gist. Let's get into the real gist. So 2024, my awakening started 2023. 2024, I decided to take out time, slow down, and really start taking care of myself, because I have gotten the realization that I am a spirit, which is having a physical experience. Like, this is me having a physical experience, and everything that the physical reality is telling me to do, I don't have to do it. If I want to take my time and focus on me, just me, then I can, because I am here to actually experience my own self. So I took out that time 2024 to really work on myself, take care of myself, show myself a little bit of love that I have never shown myself before, because I was never taught to love myself. I was never taught to take care of myself. In fact, that is just for another day, which I have made videos on, where I talk about decentering men and deconstructing females' expectation. All those video I made was just me trying to let other women know that a lot of the time we were not taught to actually really pay attention to ourselves. We're not taught to have a relationship with ourselves. the society always teaches us to pay attention to everything external than everything internal, like, you know, how to take care of a man, how to take care of a child, how to take care of, you know, people, how to do this, but not really how to take care of ourselves. So I wasn't taught that back home. Let's come back home. I wasn't taught that. So 2024, I told myself, I am going to take out time and do these things for myself. So 1st of January, I think I made a video 2024 where I was like, okay, this is it. You know, I started my fitness journey, I started my healthy living. I actually started these things in 2023 ending, but officially on my channel I started showing it, like, okay, this is what I'm doing, you know, trying to take care of myself. And because of that time I took to slow down to take care of myself, so many things started happening. That is where I started having the awakening, which is the real awareness of self. Now the gist is long, but honey, if you're going through a spiritual awakening, or you feel like you're going through a spiritual awakening, you're connecting with yourself, this is what is actually happening. Your sense is coming back to you. Your sense, like your mental framework, is beginning to reshape itself to what it is meant to be. Now, like I said, we all went through a conditioning, like a programming, and I have talked about this so much on here, even when I did not have like the full explanation, like a detailed explanation of what it actually meant. I have actually talked about the programming and the conditioning. I don't know, I have not made a deep dive, like a deep, not deep dive, I've not made a depth and in-depth video of how bad this programming is, but it is really real, and that is what has been controlling our life for the longest time. I feel like I want to say so much, but I'm trying to hold myself so I don't confuse you. So this is what is actually happening. Your mental framework is what has always been a problem. Now you feel disconnected from the source, you feel disconnected from whatever it is that you're feeling disconnected from. It is because of your mental framework has been conditioned, and because of it has been conditioned, and it was not meant to be conditioned, because the human experience is meant to be lived fully by your spirit, you know, to really have access to everything that exists here fully in abundance. But because of the conditioning, there is a blockage, there is a, I don't know if you get, there is a stoppage of this flow. And when you get to the point where you start asking questions, it means that you are ready to break free from that stoppage, that blockage. You're ready to break free from that limitation. That is what is happening. So you might call it a spiritual awakening, you might call it a change of mental framework, you might call it a reprogramming, or you might call it a, you know, whatever it is you want to call it. But if you have gotten to the point where you are now curious about life, you're not curious about everything that you're doing in life, it means that your mind, your mental framework is ready to be released from the box that it has been placed under. And that is what has been happening to me. Now, I actually did not know how deep this shit is, and I still do not. I feel like I only know 0.001% of the things that is happening. I don't know, but the little that I know, I've been able to come to the conclusion that the only problem that we are all having as human beings, the only problem that we are all having right now, that we're not living the life that we desire, is our mental framework. Okay, it has been conditioned so bad that we have been the guard to our prison. We have been the, how would I say it? We have been the oh my god, English. I'm so sorry. We started this video with a mic, but the mic died, and I don't want to take chances by plugging it back in. I feel like I'm going to lose sound, and I don't want to lose sound because this video is really raw. So let's just do without the mic. But yeah, sorry in advance for the background noise that you're about to start hearing, because now you're going to be hearing my present sound. What I'm hearing, you're going to be hearing it. Let's get back to this gist. So I was practically trying to say that you are the one that is in charge of your prison. Like, after your prison was created and you were placed into that prison, you were placed into that limited belief, you were placed into that box, they left, and you are the one that have decided to stay in the box. You are the one that have decided to stay in the box and lock yourself in. I don't know if you've heard about this saying that says you are your greatest enemy. You are your own greatest enemy. Now that's true. That's true. How? Because you're the one practically giving energy to everything that is external. You're the one giving energy to it. Somebody decide to act in a way that annoys you. You can decide to stay calm or react. It's all up to you, and how you react is still up to you. So you see how you're giving energy to these things. Now you are having a bad day, or you think you're having a bad day. You can actually decide to say, okay, today is not going to be a bad day, even though the day is actually presenting itself to be bad. You can say, no, I choose not to go with that vibe. This is what I want, because you have the power to, okay, you are the one that creates these things. You're the one that give meaning to whatever it is that is happening in your life. So yes, you're the one that is boxing yourself. You're the one that is limiting yourself. Now nobody is putting you under that particular box anymore. It has been done, and whoever created the system did it so well that after doing it, they are very sure that people are going to live under these rules and regulations. People are going to personally imprison themselves and act accordingly to how they expect. They did it so well. So that is the mental framework, that is the mindset, that is what has been the issue. Okay, the issue is that these people have conditioned the mind, the brain, to think lesser of itself. It has conditioned the mind and the brain, or programmed the mind and the brain to think smaller of itself. And when you get to the point where you start asking questions, honey, that's just the beginning. Because trust me, I have left religion for like 7 years to 8 years now, and there are so many things that are still like stopping me, which I know it is me that is doing it, but I'm taking my time slowly to like free myself from these things. So living religion is not like the issue, or it's not like it's not going to change too much of anything if you don't do the work. Okay, if you don't do the work of trying to either rediscover yourself, or if you don't do the work, you're going to still remain in the place where you are when you are in a religion. Okay, so the issue isn't living religion. Living religion is like the first step. Okay, living religion is like the first thing that you need to do first, to allow the mind to expand, to take in more information. Living religion is like the first thing, but it is not going to still take you there. Okay, the work is actually plenty. I'm doing so much of it right now. It's a beautiful work. It's a beautiful journey, because it's like realizing that you have power to do a lot. It's like realizing that there is so much possibility. There's infinite possibilities in the universe, and you can choose on which of these possibilities you want to work towards. I don't know if you get. So it's beautiful, but then it's actually deep, and it is actually like, okay, so I'm feeling overwhelmed right now. So let me just get back to something I wanted to really say. What I wanted to why I'm making this particular video is because I want anybody that is going through the journey of, they feel like they're going through a spiritual awakening, or they feel like they're beginning to have like questions about life. Now this is what I want you to understand. First of all, if you have been part of any particular belief system, if you have been actually fueling your energy on any particular belief system, it is time for you to step back and analyze this belief system, especially if it is not working for you. If it's not working for you, you need to step back and analyze what it is that the belief system is stopping you from becoming. What is it, stopping you from getting in life? What is it stopping you from experiencing in life? You need to step back and analyze this thing. You know why you need to do that? Not a lot of people want to actually live life and live it to the fullest. Some people are actually enjoying the fact that they are conditioned. Some people feel like they are safer being conditioned by an external source. Now, this particular video that I'm making is not for people that are in that particular space of mind, or that have that particular mindset. If you're comfortable where you are right now, you're comfortable with somebody directing your life, then this video shouldn't have even found you. But then if you're somebody that is not comfortable with it, now this is why you need to actually step back and do it. Okay, so you have gotten to the point where you have realized that you want to take matters into your own hands. You want to feel like you have a little bit of control over the things that you experience. Step back. Why do I keep saying take back? I mean, step back and start analyzing your belief system. Now once you get to the point where you start analyzing your belief system and you realize that most of the belief system that you have is not working, okay, it is stopping you from actually experiencing what you want to experience, that is when you need to now start detaching from this belief system. All this belief system, you need to start detaching it. Now I'm not saying this as somebody coming from a spiritual point of view. I'm saying this as somebody coming from a mental point of view. In case you don't know yet, what you have in your mind, your head, is what you use in creating your reality. What you have in your mind, your head, however you want to call it, which is your imagination, which is your thoughts, your thinking, your critical thinking, like your thinking. Let me not say critical thinking, because critical thinking is for people that think for themselves. Your thinking, your feelings, these things are the things that create your reality. Whether you are aware of it or not, this one does not, it doesn't matter. Your awareness of it does not stop it from happening. This is just facts. So this is not coming from a spiritual point of view. Why I actually started talking about religion first, when I started talking about this whole mental framework, is because religion was one of the tools that was used to put us in this state. So detaching from religion, or leaving religion, escaping, let's not use that word, is escape, but leaving religion is the first stage to actually unlimiting yourself. Because everything that religion stands for is to limit you, is to put you in a box, which isn't a bad thing, because most people want to be in that particular box. Most people want to feel safe in that box. That is why that box was created. Now the problem about the box is that a lot of people still don't want to be in that box. A lot of people don't want to be boxed or limited. And yes, it's a choice thing, okay? It is a choice thing, even though we're not given the choice to actually choose, because we were indoctrinated into it through our parents. You have gotten to the point where you now realize that it is your choice to be limited. Now religion is number one tool for limitation. Once you leave religion, you're going to start unlimiting yourself. So that belief system you need to detach from it. You need to detach from every freaking belief system that is not serving you. If you're comfortable, stay in your box. If you're not comfortable and you really want to actually take this journey, you need to start detaching from the belief system. The belief system is your mental framework. It's part of your mental framework. The belief system you have is part of your mental framework. The identity you boot from that belief system is still part of your mental framework. The expectation you have out of life is still part of the mental framework. And you see the way that you're seeing me on your screen, if you're seeing me right now, and I am giving this particular vibe of this is my identity, this is what I am, this is just what I have chosen to be. Okay, this is what I have made my choice. Like, this is what I have come to a conclusion that, okay, this is who I want to be. It doesn't matter, it doesn't mean that this is only what I can be. This video is going to be uncut, like no editing, so all the mistakes, everything is going to be there, and I hope that the mistake does not distract you from what I'm trying to tell you. This is not all I can be, okay? This is not all Vivian can be. I can choose tomorrow that, okay, I don't want to be this person, this is who I want to be, and it is fine, because human, we are fluid. We are not just one state. We're not just created to be in one state. We're created to be versatile, to be everything and nothing at the same time. So you see the situation or the place that you are right now, your environment that you are right now, you can actually move and shift from it once you're able to change your mental framework. Once you're able to change how you see life, how you perceive life, because that is how you change your mental framework. You need to start realizing that there are so many ways you can see life, you can practically see life, or there's so many ways you can literally see life. Like, so yeah, that is it. You need to realize that you have to detach from the belief system right now that is making you feel like you are just one state. That mental system is not allowing you to be fluid. The mental system is not allowing you to flow. It is blocking you, because again, we're not created to be like solid, okay? We are fluid, like water. So you get me now? You get how religion just make you solid. It makes you solid because it teaches you something, and that is it. He wants you to believe in that thing with faith, not knowing, just with faith, with, not knowing what you are actually believing in, just follow, and that is the solid state, which again, so many people are comfortable with being in that state. A lot of people around me are in that state. They are comfortable, they feel safe, they feel like, okay, at least now they have this connection with a God that is watching over them and stuff. It's good, you are okay there. You don't want to like leave the box, you don't want to leave that comfort zone. It is good, but again, if you don't want to be in that box, you don't want to be solid, you don't want to be in a state where you are limited, because once you start becoming solid, once you are in that state where everything that you have been taught is what you are living by, that means you're solid. Trust me, that is what all you're going to be. Okay, you're going to be limited, you're not going to be able to experience versatile. Why do I keep using versatile? You're not going to experience different version of life. You're just going to be it. That is limited. Now your creation is just limited to, one thing or one kind of life, or one, I don't know how to put it. If you've gotten to this part of this video, like you've gotten to this side, you've stayed long and you've gotten to this side, by now you should be able to understand where I'm coming from. So the spiritual awakening that I have been coming here to talk about is the same thing as, having your mental framework, or becoming aware of your mental framework. Once you become aware of the mental framework you have, and it is not serving you, you start to detach from it, and you start to fill yourself up with the things that you want, because you can. And that's the awakening, realizing that you're a spirit having a physical experience, and because you're a spirit, you're not confined into having a particular experience. You can have different experience, all in your hands. Like, it is all your choice. It is all in you to decide that this is what I want to be today, this is what I want to do tomorrow, this is what I want to, you get, this is it is all in your power to determine what you want, and you can actually get it, you can actually be it, you can actually experience it. That is the spiritual awakening. So I wanted to make this video for the longest time for anybody having question. This is it. This is what you have actually experienced. You have gotten to the point where you have realized that life is not just one thing. Life is not a straight road. It is a multiple, infinite path that only you can make the decision to take whichever path you want to take and go on that path. Now, do not feel scared that when you leave religion, or when you leave your particular mental framework, that something is going to happen to you. Nothing is going to happen to you, because, honey, the universe can actually accommodate trillions of infinite reality, depending on how secured you are in the world you're moving into. Okay, the universe, I don't even know why I say what more secured. You can even be not secured, and the universe is going to still secure you, because it can accommodate infinite, trillions of infinite reality. So if you are about to live a particular mental framework that you have been living in all your life, like this is the mindset that you've had all your life, and you have been like, you feel safe in it, you feel comfortable in it, you feel like, okay, if you live according to these plans and this expectation, this is the result, you're sure of the result. If you decide to live it, I don't want you to be scared. Okay, I don't want you to feel like, oh, I'm going to fail if I decide to do this. You're not going to fail. Trust me, there is no failure when it comes to these things. There's no failure when it comes to having an experience. It is all an experience. There is no failing, there is no winning. It is all just an experience. So have this at the back of your mind. The awakening you're having is coming into your power of creation, realizing that whatever the mind can conceive, whatever the mind can think of, it can actually make it come to pass. It can manifest. I don't know if this gets the message out there, but I think I've done my best. Anyways, that's the update on my journey. That is where I am at the point of my life. Like I said, I feel like this is very tiny portion of the things that is happening in life. This is like a very tiny portion of, the bigger truth. What I've said is very, very little, but to me, this little tiny awareness is going to really go a long way for me. It's going to really help me deconstruct so many things, and I cannot wait to see the life I'm able to create, with this understanding, with this freedom that I have now, with this so many possibilities looking at me in my face. I can't wait to see what I'm able to create. But yeah, this is it. This is just it. Okay, very simple, very easy, and I hope this helps you. Okay, I hope you find, of course, it's gonna find who is meant to find, and if he finds you, listen, listen, Linda. Linda, listen. Okay, I'll be seeing you in my next video.